Hey, hello and welcome. This is Kathryn. I'm your host of the Daily One Command. Thank you so much for joining me. The idea behind the Daily One Command is pretty simple. We wanted, I wanted to create something that was a practice for you to start your day so that you could connect to your higher self in a really powerful way using the 6 steps of the One Command. The One Command is an amazing technique developed by Asara Lovejoy, who wrote a book called The One Command, which describes the technique, and I teach the seminars, Commanding Wealth, that helps you learn how to practically apply the One Command technique in the realms of relationships and your finances so that you can create the life that you dream of and deserve. So, welcome. So, today's daily command is I am brilliant. Now, yeah, we're going to be commanding about your brilliance, not mine. But here's the lens that we are looking at it through today. You weren't born to fit in, you were born to be brilliant. I love that idea. Now, think about that. So many people, when I start talking to them about what their vision, their hopes, their dreams, sometimes they want to create their own business, they have an idea that they want to execute on. The first thing that they talk about is, well, back in school, I was told, or I think I'm going to have trouble learning because in school I was only an average, you know, student, or hey, I should know this because I got all A's and B's. I have a PhD. What's wrong with me? And so that's someone's outer measure. And the school system is really only made for about a 5%. It's been estimated only 5% of the population can really fully function in the American school system. It is a call and repeat. And if you are able to successfully conform and repeat what the lessons are, and you are conforming to the factory model, which is what the whole thing is built on, not connecting into each child's unique genius so that we can solve tomorrow's problems. It was all set up way back in the day by Rockefeller and all his cohorts so that they could have people who are already conditioned to work in factories in corporate America. Well, we see how that has worked, right? And so a lot of people are kind of having a sense of failure within them. And I was thinking about today and what we could talk about. And what came to mind was a talk that I heard from the amazing actor, Sir Anthony Hopkins, who's been in so many movies. And I think we can all agree that he is a brilliant actor. And he's an artist in many ways. He can play the piano and he paints and he writes poems. And he's an amazing communicator. And when he was speaking, his heart was just truly connected with the audience. He told his story in a way that everyone could see themselves. And he told the story about growing up in England and, a nice middle class, working family, and how he really didn't fit into traditional school. He struggled, and his family was always comparing him to his cousin Pete. I was like, well, how are you doing? Oh, actually, his cousin George. Oh, cousin George did this. Cousin George is doing fine in his studies. He had no problem with that master. He had no problem with that subject. Why aren't you like your cousin Georgie? And he heard this his whole life. Why wasn't he like him? And he did have some learning disabilities, but being a creative in a family that was not creative, they really didn't know how to see him or nurture him. Now, if he had been born in a creative family and where there were other actors and people maybe who had ADHD and were expressives and that type of thing, they would have looked at that kid and known exactly what to do. But I think that, we can't say, well, too bad, poor little Anthony didn't get born into that family. It was perfect that he didn't, because it put him on that path to discover who he truly was. And when he found the thing that when he was around the people that saw and could understand, it lit him up. They saw that little light in him. And when we talk about brilliance, brilliance is your unique light, but the only way it can be seen or really understood is through reflection. So if you have noticed that around a certain group of people, you are in your flow, you're shiny, you're bright, you feel really smart. And then you get with another group of people and you wonder, like, did I lose some brain cells at the door? Or you're comparing yourself to others. And the truth is, my friend, my love, my dear, there is nothing that compares to you. And if you have not discovered your brilliance yet, what your uniqueness is, it's okay. It's just waiting to be discovered. And maybe through the noise of comparison and the trauma of all the punishment and all the ways that you've had to fit in to survive have prevented you from truly taking time and being present to that part of you. And that's why the 6 steps of the one command, where we go from our ordinary consciousness, which is directed backwards. When we're talking about ordinary consciousness that's directed backwards, when we want to solve a problem, it goes into, what do I already know about this problem? And what was I told about this problem? What is the conventional way of solving this? And it filters it through all of your own ordinary experience. And even if you're reading books, or you're trying to, you're attempting to study, or you watch YouTube videos, you do the stuff, you're still having to go through the filters of your belief system about your ability to learn, adapt, and make something your own. Okay. And so it's about reflection. And that's why when you read a book, or you're studying something and you get something brand new out of it, you go, wow, I've read this several times. I never saw that before. It's not that you understand. You are a new version of yourself that's not connected to your past self. Okay. So what we're able to do with the 6 steps of the one command, and when we detach from that, we are connecting to our own greater intelligence, but we're also connecting into that quantum field where everything's known. Anyone who's ever had that experience you're able to tap into that knowledge. Now, if you've heard of something maybe called the Akashic Records that Edgar Cayce talked about, he's the great psychic healer, and the ARE Foundation was set up to support his work. He would go up and read the records and find out, hey, what was in your past life? What's your soul purpose? That type of thing. But if we think about this hall of records, everything that's ever been known is recorded there. And you could, in your mind's eye, go up. Robert Clark talked about this too, where he would imagine going up into this amazing realm, and he could go into a great library, and he could access any information that he needed. Robert Clark is the person who helped Jose Silva set up Silva Mind Control, right? And so that's how he understood it. That's how that information came through to him. There is nothing separating you from knowledge or anything that you need to know except your belief about your ability to understand it. There is nothing stopping you from operating in the fullness of your uniqueness and your brilliance except what you are using, what you're measuring your brilliance against. And who are you surrounding yourself to reflect your brilliance? Now there's a lot of examples of that, but the simplest is this. There was a course I wanted to create. I was trying to explain to someone how I saw this course laying out. And I said, I want to go talk to my friend Katie, who's a PhD. And I said, there's this thing in my head. I know that it's here. I can't quite get it out. I can't find the words to articulate it. And so when I said, Katie, I want to teach you this. I was able to absolutely draw out this map. And it's my unique map about how I think about marketing. And it's a infinity shape. And this is how I think about marketing and outreach and being in relationship with people. And this is, and here are the stops along the way. And she said, oh my God, you're brilliant. I've never heard of anyone talk about marketing like this. And I said, I have never been called brilliant a day in my life. But there was someone who could understand what I was talking about. And because she had the words and there was a way that she was witnessing me, I was able to connect in to her. Now, that is my superpower. Very often when I'm working with people one-on-one, a message, some information, a teaching will come through in a really unique way. And I'm sitting there going, wow, I've never heard this before. And it's because of my ability to connect with another person as their witness and meeting the master in them. And that's why you hear me say, the master in me greets the master in you. And that's even the hidden parts of my mastery and the hidden parts of their mastery, right? So I'm connecting my higher self to their higher self, my greater self, their greater self, my most intelligent self to their most intelligent self. And we are meeting through this field of love. How are you meeting yourself when you think about what you want to create or experience or how you want to show up in the world? Are you meeting yourself as a master, or are you meeting yourself as someone who's not Cousin Georgie? And connect into that for a minute. And if you don't know how to connect into that brilliance that is you, guess what? We have a little process called the One Command, and we are going to connect into that today. And I just want to check in with the comments right quick. Well, good morning, Mr. David. And there is someone else who said good morning, but I'm sorry I can't see your name. But thanks to everybody who's on the call today. I'm always happy to see you. All right. Who is ready to connect to their brilliance? All right. So there may be a problem. There may be something that you need a greater understanding about. Please understand that the answer is not outside of you. It is within you. And I'm going to share a little poem with you from one of my favorite writers at the end of this. Thanks. And pardon me for my coughing. I absolutely know that this is healed, and you're going to be amazed how how I sound without having all this nasally stuff. Okay, so we're going to be going through the 6 steps of the One Command. Just take a breath, settle in, become present to yourself. And the master in me greets the master in you. And in this space, let there only be love between us. And I just invite you to ground and feel your connection to the earth. And the earth's connection to you. And just invite that earth energy to come up into your body. And just shift your awareness to feeling that earth energy coming up through your feet, into your knees, into your hips, into your shoulders, down your arms, as you bring your attention to your heart and that beautiful light that is uniquely you. I just want to be present to this brilliance that is you. This beautiful light. Because you're a beautiful bend of light that has a unique purpose and is fully equipped to fulfill your purpose and your mission. And bless this light. I bless this light. I bless this light within you. And now allow that light to expand. All around you. Eyes still closed. Lift your chest up a bit, shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath. Chin up very slightly as you connect to the source. Okay, and that our connection to source is represented as a pool of light. And with your eyes closed, very gently roll your eyes up as if you're trying to look up through the top of your head. And we're just going to send our consciousness up above this earth realm, up above our solar system, to the outer edges of our galaxy. And the higher you go, the faster you go. And soon you're whizzing past universes and stars. You're seeing it all. You know it all. And soon you find yourself in the beautiful, velvety, black void of space. And in the distance, you see a teeny light. Head towards that. And soon you break through the darkness into the light of pure, open potential. Eyes up. Follow along mentally, and if you want to add your own commands, you may do so. I don't know how. I connect into my innate brilliance. I only know that I am connecting into that brilliance now. And I am living, moving, and breathing, taking action, and creating from this brilliance that is uniquely me now. And I am fulfilled. And I don't know how. I am surrounded by friends, cohorts, co-creators who see, know, and understand my unique brilliance. And I see, know, and understand theirs. And together, we help each other expand that light, that truth, and the freedom that comes with it now. And I am fulfilled. Now just let your eyes relax. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. Whoops. And you may realize, hey, there's some things to forgive and let go of. Maybe there's some part of you that you held behind a judgment. Let that part of you be released. And now just start to receive with gratitude this greater understanding directly from Source. And as it comes in, we're just going to let all those old beliefs, those old comparisons, those old limiting beliefs and programming, we're just going to let all that go. Just let it unwind, unwind, unwind. Remember to breathe. Your eyes should be relaxed. Just now start becoming aware of your body, because what's happening is your actual neurology that held all those systems, that paradigms, all those old emotions are starting to release and let go. Pardon me. And now just let the new ideas start to rewind and integrate. Rewind, rewind, rewind. Bringing your attention back to your heart. And just tune into that light that we connected into before. That light that is your uniqueness. What do you notice now? What are you aware of? We always say keep a journal of your commands, of your awareness. And I would encourage you to be thinking about today how you can meet the world from your brilliance and how you can meet the brilliance in others. And just be open and curious and notice what starts arising. And of course, that seventh step is inspired action. There may be something you've been working on and you felt stuck with, or there could be an inspiration or opportunity. You just go for it. I want to share a little poem with you, and you can open your eyes. And this is from Rumi. And if you know me, been with me for a while, you know I absolutely love Rumi. It was a 13th century mystic. And the poem's called No Religion. Tonight I see the realm of joy and pleasure. I've lost myself in it, and it has lost itself in me. No religion, no dogma, no conformity, no guilt, no shame, no fear, no conviction, no uncertain remain. In the middle of my heart, a star appears, and the seven heavens are lost in its brilliance. There is a star within you that shines bright, and there is nothing, no thought, image, or idea, nothing from the past, the present, or could ever arrive in the future, can ever hide the truth of that light. There's not a cave, there's not a bushel. We try to hide it, but it must express. And it is expressing brilliantly, beautifully, and purposely through you. And I am blessed by that light. You have a beautiful day, and you just walk around and you just be the best you that you can. So until next time, my darling, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and I witness your mastery. Bye-bye.